There is absolutely no way after watching this video you're not going to have a band-8 above in IELTS. Okay, so watch this video to the end and stay tuned. Okay, be attentive, take your pen. Hi guys, welcome once more to my YouTube channel. In case this is your first time of seeing my face, I am Ness Mabel, a proud Cameroon nurse. Okay. So basically today I'm here to expatiate more on the IELTS. I'm going to give you guys some tips, some tricks, some little things I did during my IELTS period that really helped me. Okay, so if you follow everything that I'm going to say here, you take down the tips and make sure you put it in practice. There is no way, there is absolutely no way after watching this video you're not going to have a band-8 above in IELTS. Okay, so watch this video to the end and stay tuned. Okay, be attentive, take your pen, take your notebook, and make sure you jot down all the important things I'm going to be saying today. Okay, so I am telling you I am basically telling you that if you watch this video to the end, there is no way you're not going to crack from band-8 above in the IELTS. Okay, so this video is actually to inspire nurses, midwives in Africa, Asians, and even the Caribbeans who are in their IELTS journey or who are preparing to take the IELTS for international purposes. Okay, there are many reasons why people take the IELTS. People have reasons, one reasons or the other. IELTS is not only for those in the health profession, also those who want to go study abroad, they also take the IELTS. Okay, so if you are familiar with the IELTS and you understand the IELTS very well, you get to know that the IELTS is actually in 4 different parts. Okay, we have the listening section, we have the writing section, we have the listening, writing, the speaking, and what last one? Listening, writing, speaking, and the reading. So these 4 parts makes up the entire IELTS. Okay, and if you are also familiar with the grading, IELTS is actually graded, is called in band. So we have from band 0 to band 9, band 0 being the least band and band 9 being the highest band. I don't know if someone will actually score a band 0 in the IELTS. Maybe you are absent for the exam or you don't know any English at all. But so the IELTS actually is called IELTS, as I got some people calling it IELTS or ISLET. Please, it's IELTS, IELTS, the International English Language Testing System. Please get that correction, okay, and pronounce it well. It's called the IELTS, or better still, you say the IELTS exam. So a big disclaimer, please, I am not an IELTS tutor by any means. Okay, I'm just a girl that happened to be fortunate of knowing more about the IELTS and has written the IELTS before and is here to share her tips and her tricks on how she got her IELTS. Okay, so I don't want anyone coming into my DM telling me to tutor them on the IELTS. Okay, so I am going to actually be sharing the tips. I have written down everything to make sure that I am on track. Okay, we also have other international English testing system. We also have other English proficiency exams. Okay, it's not only about the IELTS. We also have the OET, occupational English test, and then we have others. Okay, so it's not all about the IELTS, but this video is actually precisely on the IELTS. So the first thing I am going to say is that I'm just giving the general tips now, okay, before I go on the individual sections and give individual tips. So the general tips, the general things I'm going to say right now is that for the IELTS exams, you have to practice. Okay, you have to practice and practice. Okay, and then you have to practice the right material. So it's not all about practicing, but it's about practicing
the right material. So I'm going to teach you guys something. If you see on the IELTS exam test, you check at the bottom under, you're going to see the British Council, you're going to see IDP, you're going to see Cambridge Assessment English. Please, these are the materials you should use to practice, okay? Not just any kind of IELTS materials, okay? Because anyone like you and I can just come out and be an IELTS tutor and make some questions and put out there and tack it IELTS question, and then you go and be practicing those questions and you're scoring yourself band-9, and then when you get into the actual exam, you see a different scenario and then you'll be confused. So whatever you are practicing, make sure it's from Cambridge, make sure it's from Cambridge, make sure it's an IDP, make sure it's from the British Council, so that you will know that at least it's a reflection of what you are going to see in the actual test, okay? There is a lot of Cambridge study materials outside now online on Google. You get a lot of IELTS study material which are directly from the Cambridge, even IELTS past questions from Cambridge, okay? Be very careful of what you are studying. Make sure you are studying the right thing to avoid any form of embarrassment. I got a lot of study material from people who helped me during my IELTS time. I'm going to give a shout out to Tebit Kati. She actually helped me with a lot of IELTS study material, which actually helped me, okay? So I'm going to be dropping some links down, okay, for you guys to check on the study material I use and some of the social media profiles I use to study my IELTS, and make sure you go and also navigate through and see what you can get from them. All right, so another thing I'm going to say again is that you have to book. After preparing, after doing some practice for some time, please, you have to book the test. You have to book the test. You and I know that all at times you will not really be conscious of the fact that you have an exam to write, except you have booked for that exam, or except that exam is already so close at hand. Like back then in school, I remember the only thing that will push me to study hard is when the exam date is closely at hand, and that is the case with most people, okay? So book your exam, book it. You can book it 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, depending on how you have evaluated yourself based on your previous study. Okay, book the exam. That is going to give you more courage on practicing, more courage on studying, and is going to keep you alert, okay, and is going to remove a form of relaxation from you. So book your test, okay? Book your test, get your test date noted, so that you know you are preparing to write your exam this month or next month, and then it gives you a way to study harder. Another thing I'm going to say is that get a notebook. Get a very good notebook for your IELTS preparation exam. A new one, a clean one, a nice one. Get a notebook, a big one. And then you are going to divide that notebook into sections, okay? You're going to divide it each section into parts. You're going to share the notebook into parts, and each part will be dedicated to each section of the IELTS. The writing will have its own part in the book, the listening will have its own part in the book, the reading will have its own part in the book, and the speaking will have its own part in that notebook, okay? That is going to help you to keep track of your record, because if you keep testing yourself, you take a test today on a paper, you try to test yourself today on a paper, tomorrow you throw the paper, the next day you take another test on another paper, you throw the paper, and then you will not really have a track record of your progress. You will not really be seeing how you are going. But when you have a notebook, and then you will get to know that, oh, in this section I'm doing great, I need to put more effort in the listening, oh yes, I need to improve my writing. Like, you have a record of yourself. You are guided by your own records, okay? So it's good to get a good notebook, and in that notebook, either at the back of the notebook or at the front, also get the IELTS score system, how IELTS is scored, from what pass points. Do you have a band 4, band 5, or band 6, or band 7, like the grading system? Okay, yeah, this is actually according to what I've put up here. That is the grading system of IELTS. So make sure it's somewhere in that book. It's going to help you so that you grade yourself. Yeah, grade yourself, know whether you are in which band, and know how you're going to be improving. Okay, so it's important to have your IELTS grading system and understand it. Know that IELTS academic and IELTS general are graded differently. They don't have the same grading system, so also get that difference. I think IELTS academic is tougher than IELTS general. I mean, according to the grading, yeah, it's different. It's different. Try to get that. See, it is different. And another thing I'm going to say is that you should try to simulate the real test. What do I mean? You should, for example, put yourself in the IELTS class, in the IELTS exam proper. When you are testing yourself, when you are preparing for the exam, be strict on yourself, okay? If you know that the listening part is actually done for 40 minutes, be there for the 40 minutes. Do it for the 40 minutes. Don't listen small. You post a bit, you go to the kitchen and fry chicken, come back, listen small, do some tests, do small again, post a bit, go and dry your dresses. No. Be there for the actual time. Be there for the actual time. Okay, be there for the actual time. You are going to be doing exactly what you know that you want to be doing in the exam proper. Okay, even when you're marking yourself, be honest with yourself. Don't say, oh no, yeah, I missed only an I, so let me just mark it good. No, be honest. If you missed an I, know that spelling counts a lot, especially in the listening part. Spelling counts a lot. If they say someone's name was John and you wrote Johnny, you are wrong. Okay, you are wrong. The answer is wrong. Or you wanted to spell your John and then you in the space of O you put an A, you are wrong. Okay, so make sure you are strict and hard to yourself. In that form, you're going to know that whatever you are getting during your practice can actually be a reflection of what you will get during your IELTS test. Okay, during the real test. All right, so now I'm going to be taking each section one after the other, okay, and giving you the tips and the tricks you can put in place in order to have your band 8 above. All right, so the first one is the speaking part. I'm going to be talking about the speaking test. If you know that you are about to take the IELTS, please be speaking English more often. Okay, keep your mother tongue aside. Keep the pidgin language aside. Us Africans, we know what pidgin language have done to us. We know what our mother tongue have done to us. Please, if you are about to take the IELTS, you have to keep that aside. Keep your mother tongue, keep it aside. Keep your Calabar language aside. Keep your whatever language aside. The pidgin language aside. Be speaking more often fluent English, good English. Try to be talk good English. Okay, be speaking English. At times it's going to be funny, especially if you're someone that people don't know you much on being an English kind of speaking person. Is going to be funny, but please, you need to do it for the sake of your IELTS test. Okay, be speaking English more often in the marketplace. When you want to buy, speak English. Try to control yourself for talk English. Okay, and then you also have to be attentive. Okay, you have to be attentive. Be picking when people are talking. Be picking. Be the kind of person that you want to see the mistake they are making in now that English teacher kind of person one. They want to see the kind of the grammatic errors people are making in their daily talking. Like, be picking. I'm not saying that you go around correcting people on their grammar, but at least for yourself learning, be picking. Try to get what people are saying. Try to get the error, the grammatic error they are making, and try to correct yourself. Okay, be picking. Be that kind of person that when you get a new vocabulary, a new big word, oh my God, keep it in you. Try to know the meaning. Like, it's a deliberate consciousness that you have to cultivate in yourself. Okay, you have to cultivate in yourself for the sake of your IELTS exam. And then use more of complex word. If you are that kind of person that, or not even that kind of person, you just have to be using complex word. For example, you want to go and buy something. Don't say, I am going to the market to buy. Say, I am going to purchase. Try to augment your English a little bit. Try to level up your English so that you are going to be on track and you are going to increase your vocabulary. You're also going to go online, go on YouTube. Remember, we are talking about the speaking. Go online, go on YouTube, try to answer some questions. For example, like these ones I have put up here. These are the kind of topics that they'll actually ask you. Can I know more about yourself? That is how they'll ask you during your IELTS test. Can you tell me about yourself? Can you tell me about your family? What do you think about sport? Oh, blah 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 blah, So you have to go online, go on YouTube, try to answer some of those questions, try to put yourself in the real scenario, try to augment your English, try to shape it, try to see how you can answer those questions. Okay, record yourself also when you are answering those questions, in order to record yourself so that you can actually listen to yourself. Okay, when you listen to yourself, you're going to see the mistakes that you are making. You're going to say no. You're going to say no. Here I was saying I'm too much, or I was saying is too much, or I was saying him too much. So you're going to say no. In my actual test, I'm not going to be saying too much of I am. At least let me be saying other words to replace that. And then, oh, my battery is low, so we are going to continue when I charge my phone. Okay. Okay guys, welcome back. So if you have watched me right up to this point, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. Okay, subscribe to this channel, like this video, hit on the notification bell so that you will be the first actually to be aware or to be notified when I post new video. Thank you very much for that, and make sure you have taken down everything I said about the speaking. Okay, so now we are going to go straight into the listening part. So the first thing I'm going to talk about the listening part of the eye is that you have to be focused. When I say focused, I mean focus. You have to keep aside all your problems, all whatever is bothering your mind, and actually be focused so that you can pay attention to whatever you are listening. Okay, if you are not focused, you're going to fuck up. Okay, the listening part is so sensitive, and it requires your 5 senses. It requires everything about you. You just have to be 100% into it. Be attentive, be focused, so that you're going to pick the least details. Okay, and also, in case you missed one question, please do not panic. Okay, do not panic. Calm down. Do not panic. Just continue with the flow of the listening. Just continue. Okay, if you missed one question, do not stay on that point trying to figure it out. Just go straight into the next question. Okay, do not panic, be calm. Know that you're going to be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers after the exam. After listening, you're going to transfer your answers into your answering sheet. Okay, so during that time of that period of transferring your answers, at least you can try to figure out on your spellings or anything you think you missed out. Okay, but in the entire exam, do not panic, and do not be stuck on a missing answer, please just continue, flow as the question goes. Put in your 5 senses into it, be focused and attentive, and you're going to get it. Okay, so that is it about the listening, and I'm going to be talking about the reading now. For the reading part, I'm going to say that you have to pray to God so that your reading section during your test should be something you are a bit familiar about. Okay, let it not be some ancient kind of reading, some kind of things that you actually know nothing about. At least let it be something you're a little bit familiar, so that it can help you. So during the reading test, you're going to be underlining some main things like age. You're going to be underlining age, dates, locations. Okay, so that, because you know that some questions might be asked on that, so you're going to be underlining that. Okay, and I'm going to say that you're going to download your reading passages. Download them. Don't use your phone during your practice section. Don't use your phone. Actually download these things out of your phone. Okay, print them out of your phone. Print them out of your phone. That is what I mean. Print it out of your phone. Like, let it be on hard copy. All right, so that you can follow up. You can follow up, and you can, because on the actual test, you're not going to be using those questions. Will not be given to you on phones. It will be given to you on papers. Yeah, so download, have the papers, those papers in your hands, and try to underline as you're going, and try to be attentive. Okay, and they say mostly answers come chronologically in the reading test. Like, if you have the first answer on this line, you know that maybe on the next line you have the second answers. Yeah, most reading tests, answers always come like that chronologically, except for those matching of headings that we know that it can't come chronologically like that. So try to follow up and see if it's coming chronologically, and try to see if you can save more time by picking the answers fast. Okay, know that you'll be given at least 3 passages to read, and those passages, the first one actually is always the easiest, and then the second one, and then the third one. You're going to be answering those questions for 60 minutes. Okay, so do not waste time on any question which you cannot figure out the answer. Try to just move to the next one, especially on the first part. The first part is considered to be the easiest, so at least you can use just 15 minutes to answer that first part fast and brief, and then the second passage you can use 20 minutes to answer it fast and brief, and then you can then spend 25 minutes on the last portion of the reading passage, because it's considered to be tough. Truly is tough. Okay, so you spend more time there. And again, what I would like to say about the reading is that also be focused, don't be distracted. Yeah, when you're be focused, don't be distracted. It boils down to even the reading. In fact, the exam in general, be focused. Avoid any form of distraction. Know that every second, every minute of your time counts a lot. Okay, so about the writing, what I have to say about the writing is that for my time of practicing, there was no one to mark for me. Like, I had a bunch of essays I wrote down. I really wrote down some essays, but nobody to mark, so I couldn't really evaluate myself. I think for the writing, I scored a 6.5 on the writing. Yeah, I did score a 6.5 on the writing, and that's because there was no one to actually read into my essays and try to correct me and try to tell me that here like this, you are not using proper tenses, or here like this, you do not, and so on. I didn't have, so I just could write those essays and just keep them, maybe just read them myself. So try to get, if you can see someone that can actually read these essays for you, maybe an English teacher, or someone that you just kind of think can at least read your essays for you and try to give you some correction. Okay, some corrections. Also try to get some nice words. There are millions of essays which have already been written out there online. Just download those things, read couples of essays, read them, see how people actually bring out their ideas. Read a lot of essays, look at the words they are using. Like, I had some couple of nice words that I was like, from essays that I have read, I was like, he, in my own essay, I'm going to use these words. These words are actually so beautiful. Though I did not use all of them, but at least I use most of them. Okay, so those words, it will also help to enhance your essay. Okay, and what I want to say about the writing is that please avoid a lot of cancellation. In my own time, in my own writing center, we used pen instead of pencils. Okay, so you don't know what you'll be giving as your writing instrument, whether you'll be giving a pen or a pencil. If you are giving a pencil, that's good, at least you can erase the answer and write the correct one. But if it's a pen, please try to jot down some things or some spellings that are difficult on a rough sheet before transferring it into your main sheet. Please avoid a lot of cancellation, avoid a lot of dirty work. At least this exam will not be marked by your local English tutors. They will be marked by international English tutors. So at least do yourself a favor to present your work neatly, okay, so that you will gain some small favor from them. At least a work that is well presentable, give the marker a happy mood. Okay, yeah, so beware of cancellation. Also, have the test sheet. Try to print out from your phone the test sheet. Like, this is how the test sheet actually looks like. Try to write your essays on this test sheet. Have them, practice on them, so that when you get into the exam, you see these papers, you will not be nervous. There are things you have used actually to practice your exam. It will just be a flow for you. Okay, you are familiar, you have been using them to practice. So get these test papers, get these test sheets, use them for your practice. Okay, it's very important. At least it helps you. Also know that in the first part of your writing, you're going to be giving either a narrative essay with graphs, pie charts, or board or descriptions, and so on and so forth. And then they are going to be requiring 150 words from you for the part 1. Okay, and the part 1 is, don't always spend so much time on your part 1. Okay, don't spend so much time trying to figure out the part 1. Make sure you study these things. Make sure you go and really look at how this part 1 thing, like there is a lot of information on social media. Please, there is a lot of information on social media. There are a lot of IELTS tutor out there who are just giving us exactly what we need. Please go to their pages, like everything I'm going to give on the description board. Go there, try to see these things. Okay, look at the part 1 of this essay. Look at how the kind of thing they can ask you. Okay, and try to see how you can put yourself together so that you will not waste time in your part 1. At least spend more time in your part 2 of the essay. They are going to be requiring 250 words from you. Okay, so try to practice, and when you are practicing using this sheet, you know that at least this is how, from this point to this point, I know that at least I've written 250 words. Check your spellings, check your writing. Please, if you know that you don't have a good writing, start practicing, start looking at how to build your English, your writing. Okay, try to carve your words properly so that you will not be scored a failed when you deserve a pass. Okay, so basically this is what I have for you guys. These are the tricks, these are the tips I used and passed my IELTS, and I believe that if you follow everything according to what I have said, there is no way you're not going to score a band-8 above. Don't be scared of the IELTS. Be encouraged. Take your time to practice. Book your test. Everything I've said, please make sure you actually take note of them. Practice the right material. Do not practice some back kind of thing that someone have just quoted IELTS. Please make sure your materials are actually from the Cambridge, and beware of that. Okay, and I wish you the best in your IELTS exam. I'm already celebrating your band-8 before time. Okay, and in case you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. Your girl Ness Mabel. Okay.